Okay. You're probably noticed people posting a lot of like Wordle tweets, and I played it maybe like once or twice. So I decided it's probably a cool way to do like maybe like software interview or something like that, because it seems like it's pretty simple, at least like most of it. And I was just curious how hard it is to write something like that. And just to make my just to make my life harder, I decided, what if I do it without using anything but like browser. You can do any browser. I just have Chrome, so let's start. First is that let's investigate a bit how this thing is working. I couldn't find like a source code for this thing. Apparently, I'm looking at my notes, but like the guy who wrote it, Power Language, yeah. So he has a like a Twitter and GitHub and stuff, but I didn't find a source code for it. So that's where the first the first kind of like right click inspect stuff comes to play. I think okay, so I did something like some testing off screen, but the idea behind it's not that complicated. So what you want to start with is just to see what kind of like network requests are happening. So I'm just like refreshing the page, and this is like the document. This is basically like the main thing that everything is kind of like working on, and it's called main. So this is like logos and like Google Analytics and stuff. So we're actually only interested in main, and there is a, and like the source code of the page itself is just yeah, just include main. Did he change something since I was looking at it? No, I don't think so. Yeah. So whatever is happening is just like it defines a global variable. And so we might start with looking at that. Okay. And okay. So we have some, I guess, like modules of this game, but those modules are like not really like accessible. So this looks like basically like web components or something that he is using. We might look if it, yeah. So like game tile, game row, game manager, game app, and so on. So game tile, game row, so some kind of like web components library. So best way I know of how to kind of like go to look something like that is let's go to sources, and then we find our like main JS. It will help us if you print it. And what I was looking for is that where does it store word list? Because if we want to write our own, we would need a word list to use. So let's just find some word. I forgot which one is a word of today, but it doesn't matter. We can just try to type any word. So I don't know, like bundles or something. Bun. No. Buns. Oh, bunny. Okay. Right. So this is like the first thing that looks like something relevant to us. The code is minified, but it's like not that important. We can get most of what we're looking for from this. So this thing like defines some state. So present, correct, the absent. This is the color of the words. So like the first word is cigar. So let's write cigar. Okay. So all of them are absent. So now let's do this. Okay, this one is correct, but let's write some like word with S again. But so that it's not the sting. That's fresh. Okay, fresh sounds good. Okay, so now S is present. So absent, correct, present. Yeah, correct is kind of like misleading. A lot of people get caught in this, including me. If this letter is green, it might be somewhere in the word apart from this word. So if it's yellow like that, you know that this letter is somewhere in the word, but like not here. But if it's green, it's here and maybe somewhere else. So we have to keep that in mind when we'll try to implement it. Okay, so so first question is like, why do we have two list of words? And like my current idea is that first is the words that could be like word of the day, and second is just all words that have 6 letters in them. The idea is that or 6 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apparently. I figured like if Wordle is 6-letter word, maybe like all of them are 6 letters. I have no idea. Maybe like okay, let's keep with the idea that all of them are 5 letters. So next I was curious, how does it like detect where does it store basically like the correct word? And I wasn't successful in finding out, but so what I did is that like just somewhere here, like where it looks like it's checking something, because it's like it has AA, it has LA and stuff like that. Let's just set like a break and just type a new word. So singer. Okay, so we hit the break, and yeah, because it's minified, it's hard to kind of like guess what everything means, but we have like game app, which sounds interesting. And apart from that, we have like we now have access to AA, LA. So this dot like dev set, and I think solution. Yeah. How did I find those? I think I just pressed like, yeah, this board state, dev set. Yeah, so first thing that I noticed is that like solution is slump. If you go into AA and do like index of slump, it returns 202. So it would seem like based on the current date, the current status is set, and then the correct word is just like index of this like solution in this. So if we're going to create our own version of the game, the idea is that you would be able to kind of like, I don't know, send your friends like exact word that you want them to guess, and you could be able to do that by just specifying that index in like URL. So when you send your friends my Wordle slash by the way, I have no idea how to pronounce this, but I would go with Wordle. So you would just send it like /202, and that would mean that the correct word is slump. So like once your friends have solved that, you know like who solved it best. Anyway, so that gives you a way to get the so I guess the first thing we can do is there a way to know the solution and kind of like what's the fastest way to find the solution and like guess the solution the first try. So let's refresh, like it stores it somewhere, so we can go to like application storage, I guess, clear site data, and yeah, so we have a fresh start. So what I would do is I would go to sources, I would go to main, pre-printed. I would find to something like keyboard something, like whatever is handling keyboard inputs. Connected callback. Okay, let's start with that. I like press a button. Okay, like it didn't trigger it. Maybe letter relation. Yeah, something here. Huh. I guess like something that's kind of keyboard. Okay, game keyboard. Define game keyboard. Okay, maybe this is going to be enough. Okay. Do we have it? Nope. Dash stats. Maybe here. We need like maybe here. Share button. Okay, share, that's when you won the game. I'm looking for some event that will trigger. So we're looking for like object this dot like solution, but solution is kind of like only checked when we're close to solution. So okay, maybe here. Okay, this. Nope. Okay, I guess it's harder than expected. Maybe here. Game app. index. Okay. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So I would find this file, I will pretty print it, I would look for solution, and the one that looks most promising is probably here. So I guess like level start or just line 1265. I would set a breakpoint somewhere here, then I would refresh it, and it didn't happen. Oh shit. Okay, it's not that important. Oh, look! I think we found the solution of the yeah. Okay, so let's make a breakpoint here. Yep. So that's the way. So how do we find it? I guess like okay. So I would look for a function that does all of this stuff, like template, in progress, win, fail. I would look for restore from local storage line, and I would set a breakpoint, kind of like basically like any line after e solution, and then when the breakpoint hit, you just mouse over like e solution, or look here in like e solution. Now you unpause breakpoint and just write slump. Yeah, and you win the game every time. Anyway, so the main kind of like purpose of this video is not to teach you how to win it every time from the first try, which still is pretty fun, but maybe you can write it ourselves. So the idea is that we are going to do it in Code Sandbox. I just found like some template that I feel like is going to work, and I guess our thing is going to be like game, and so let's call this game, and let's see what kind of we need to start first. So yeah, I was thinking like this might be like a good like a coding interview question, like let's just try to write Wordle, and yeah, the problem is you need to find a part of the app that is kind of like representative, or like easy to do, like in specific time or something like that. But I'm curious if I could write like the whole game like in an hour or so that I have. So what I won't be able to do, I'm probably not going to touch the keyboard. I still need it though to show kind of like which letters you can use and stuff like that. So I will implement like some of it, but like not all of it. I'm not going to be able to do like mobile version because like I need to open this on a phone and like check if it's working, and so I'm not going into that. I'm probably not going to do the like share results stuff that like this one that does emoji. It's actually like I think it's like its simplest simplest part of the exercise, but oh, okay. Will I be able to will I be able to write my own version before the new word? Okay, that's the challenge. Okay, so we will start with this kind of like game board. So 5 by 6. So for so which is it? For each children, for each for each something like and then so I'm just using like online editor that's running like JavaScript. I'm pretty sure like any of them will do. So this is just the one that I'm kind of like more used to. Anyway, so is it going to work? Okay, and if not, which part of it is okay? So we're creating an array. So what is not working? I think I'm doing everything correct. Okay, this one is working. All right, since I'm using undefined. Okay, maybe like that. Oop. So children is item index. So yes, just not happy with my syntax choice. Okay, it's there. So now we have this div inside this div, and here we would have some kind of div, and did I break it again? Okay. So now this is going to be like our game. And I need Okay, it's not great that it's like hot code reloading doesn't work. I'm going to need it. Okay, display grid, and we need like grid 5 by 5 CSS. Okay, something like that. Except that we need like 5 by 6, right? Okay, close enough. Now we need to make them smaller. I don't know, 20, 30. And let's add some margin while we are at it. Oop, didn't work. Okay. So now what is going to happen next? Okay, I need this. So now we need to be able to input into this. As far as I understand, it just has, I don't know, some kind of like yeah, something like key down or key up, maybe. Oh, key down. Yeah. So let's look a bit into that. So we're writing global, like on window, key down, and it checks for repeat key meta. Make space. Okay, what is happening? So GA, what's GA? Okay, a lot of things could be GA. Oh no. We have this kind of like all the letters. Oh yeah, that's like keyboard layout. Okay, that could be useful. But it's not GA. Okay, we actually can just break again on it. Okay, so GA include. Okay, let's break here and like press a key and let's look what is happening there. S is I. Okay, that's like current key. Okay, and okay, meta key control. And GA includes, and GA is A B C D. Okay, I was kind of like expecting something like that. Okay, so we would need some kind of like, I don't know, like constants file or something like that. That's going to have our constants. That's going to have all of this letters. So then J is just letters. Oops. Okay. So key, meta, like is meta, is control. So it's not meta, it's not control, and depending on the, yeah. So it's either like keys or backspace or enter. That's what we're kind of like aiming for. So let's rewrite it in a bit more readable format. So false. So a repeat. Okay, that's actually true. So if repeat is not true, and it's not meta key, and it's not control key. How much time do I have? So it's not meta, it's not control, it's not repeating. We're just living here. Key equals key. I would rename this to E. Okay, so, and if like all of that, then key. Did I miss? Okay. Okay. J is not defined. Do we have GA somewhere? I think we got rid of it, so it's probably like older. Okay, we broke it again. Okay, let's go ahead and. Did we break it too much? Okay. A, B, C. Nope, nothing is happening. Okay. Okay, speaking of that, do they have like good cleanup function stuff examples? I don't see it. Okay. Okay, it's still not working. I got that. what you get when you're working in browser. Sometimes stuff is not working, but that's the fun of the challenge. Anyway, so this is how we're going to get like input for all of this. So we're going to store like input, I guess. Set input, create signal, empty string. Okay, it freezes up when I try to type, or is it? Okay, it's not great. Huh. Okay, let's start with simple stuff. Does it work at all? Okay, it works. So maybe okay. Hopefully that was it. Okay. Anyway, so we need to clean up. Otherwise, we're creating like too many subscriptions, and it's messing up. So I guess on key down. And clean up. Remove event listener. Okay. Hopefully that's it. So it repeats it like 9 times from now. But and now if you do like some change, okay, it only does it once, but UI is disappearing for some reason. Okay, not going to worry about that too much. So anyway, what we want to do is that so let's remove this, and we will have a separate one to check this. But if it's a letter, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do set input, current input plus key to lowercase. And now we just have a place in a game that we show it. Okay. So now we need to add backspace. Key is backspace. Then we're going to like something substring. So JS remove last character. Slice. Okay, great. So E slice. Okay. Okay, great. And now if we have enter, we do something like evaluate row input. So I wonder what evaluate row is going to do. But oh yeah, by the way, this is probably like the we might need to kind of like split everything up, but I'm going to start with like everything thrown in one place. Anyway, right, so evaluate row letters. Word, I guess, word. Evaluate row. I wonder why it didn't work. Does it have to be like higher, or what's the story? Late rows identified. Okay, maybe it's just a continuation of the problems with like code reloading. Okay, so we know that the oh no. Okay, it's not working because I already solved it. So we know, yeah. So like not enough letters. I'm not going to do anything as fancy as that. I'm going to do something less fancy. So if word length is less than 5, alert to shirt. If it's more than 5, too long. It's not the best not the best user experience, but we are short on time here. Too short. What's happening? Why is it keep doing it? Okay. Is that because we're not cleaning up again? Okay. Seems to be working fine after refresh. Okay. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it works. So this is the place of this exercise when we need to get those those arrays. We're going to plump them into like this thing. So export const good words and export const valid, still valid still valid words. So the idea is that we need to check oh no, we also need like a correct word. So solution solom. The first thing that we do is like if solution equals word, you won. Else if solution so if like our good words includes this, so this means that what the other one was, I forgot. Still valid. Okay. Okay. I see a bit of problem here, but anyway. So our so if it's in solutions or in valid, still valid, that means that we can accept this word in order to use it kind of like in a line to, so you're going to guess the next row. Okay. So that's as good time as any to introduce a current row. Let's start with 0, and then Okay, I know that I'm still ignoring this part, but I shouldn't. Okay, let's figure this out. Already been declared. Okay. So we might need to write this in kind of like different way. Okay, let me think. So Okay, let me just kind of like say it aloud that what we need to solve. In terms of UI, we need to show like word as we are typing it, and that's where we are like using the like current row, and we're putting like letters into it. So this is like where set input is going into place. Okay, so instead of this, I need to have I need to have 6 rows by 5 columns, and then this one becomes row index, and this one becomes like letter index. And so let's start with just input. And like at something like that at I. What is it? At why isn't it working? Oh yeah, it's function. Okay. A, B, C, D. Okay. Okay, it's not going great. So I is 1 or like 0. What is happening here? Okay, I'm kind of lost in what I'm trying to do. So it's just B, then it diffs of B. Okay, where did we get B from? Okay, from here. Okay, all right. I'm not getting it. I don't know what's happening here. Let me think of kind of like another way to address this. So what about the row index? Row index 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, that one is working, but still not in the way that I wanted to. Something wrong with at. should just do it like that. Nope. I didn't get it. Okay, I have like 15 minutes left and it's not going my way. Okay. What can I do here? Trying to figure out what is kind of left of this game, and so much is left. Okay. What's cool that is left? What's kind of interesting and something that could be interesting to look at? Okay. Right. So I still think that the best way, the thing that we need to implement is adding like attempts to solve the word, and this is like where all of that is happening. And okay, so let's start with row and set rows equal grades, you know, and that's where I have like a like 6 empty rows, and whenever so I think rows is what we want to be showing. So this is like over rows. So this is row, and this is row index. Row is that function. Okay. What is going wrong with it? Undefined. So, but does it work by itself? Yeah, row index is a function. I forgot. No, I forgot. Okay. Because we're thinking of I, didn't really care about row index because it's still is I a function? In what way? Wow. Okay. Okay, great. Cool. So let's start with the idea that So current row is 0 and all the rows are empty. If this thing is working, then I'm incrementing current row. Okay, is it like a function again? Did it here and it was working. Okay, so current row is going to be higher, and the whatever was the so rows is okay. Here we could have an issue. Oh, I have 10 minutes. Rows. Okay, set rows. So I'm setting the current row to input. Okay, so too long. Okay, it's stuck again. Okay, alerts are not great if it's if it could get stuck. Okay, it's too long again. Okay. The problem is that I'm not seeing it. And what's the best way to see it? It's when the on a key down, I'm updating input. And do I need to have an input if I already have like rows and stuff? Right, so we're going to use rows for detection of like if the letters is used or not, but input is only like for UI. So what we need to do kind of like here is that if row index equals current row, is row index function again? let me check it first. I didn't realize that I'm not using TypeScript, so that's why it's like harder for me to know all the like types and stuff. So I was function, so I guess this one is function again. Anyway, so if row index is equals to so I think it's like here. If it's this one, it's input. Not it's row. So too long. Why is it too long? It's still work though. What? I'm so confused. Oh no, it's stuck again. So let's try it. Console log here. Five. Why is it? Okay. Still long again. Let's get 10. Um, hmm. All right. So we're updating all of that stuff, and we need to set input to empty again. Okay. Okay, it's running multiple times again. So we do our own cleanup. I wonder what we're not doing. Anyway, gonna set property of undefined rows. Right, that's because it's like from previous instance. Okay, so okay, so we know that like none of this worked. Console rows, current row, and input. Okay, so function. Oh, okay. Okay. And turn rows. Prolet. Hmm. Okay, it's clear that I'm not going to make it in time. Okay, so I see it updating here, but not here. And what would that mean? Okay. So our like current row like input stuff is working. Hmm. I guess maybe it's like it's not subscribed to the row. Is that going to help? No, it's not a function. Huh. That's kind of silly. It's stuck again. So whenever rows is updated, it's not picking up the change. I guess there is like ways to fix it. So let's check on docs. Create signal array. Array index array. What's index array? Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting it. Okay. We're out of time. There is a new word. And the word is crank. Happy cranking it. Okay, so we figured out how to hack the game. We haven't figured out how to create one ourselves. So stay tuned for like part 2. Yeah. So the idea that we started is that once the word is added, oh yeah, I need to rename it. So like this part is kind of working, except that it allows me to type too much. In a way, this one is also allows it. Basically, I need to check kind of like here if the maybe like let me string the first and characters. So maybe like, yeah, something like that, substring. Five. Is that how it's going to work? 4. First 4 letters. No, that's not it. Okay. Yep. So it couldn't be too long anymore. But anyway, so once we wrote the first word, like part of it is working, but like our rows array is not updating, and this one, I mean, yeah, so it's using the values that we provided at this, like at the start, and it should have been using the ones that we set here. So it knows to be subscribed to this too, but like not this one. So in a way, we can write it instead of like row, we can write rows, row index, and then y. And the row indexes function again. Yeah, so maybe this will, oh, I'm not sure what did I press. Oh, okay. This seems like a silly, okay. Okay, so I somehow fixed this part. But anyway, we so after sending a word, we need to like calculate if the letters were used, and like all the letters that are not in the word, we need to mark them as like I forgot how it was called, but like I forgot. I think I have it written somewhere. Yeah, so like absent, present, correct, which I guess it could be like its own coding question. But once we do that, we need to also like color code the individual rows. So right now our rows only have like letters, but basically like kind of like a class of this div here should have the information of like if this letter was used, or yeah, so like absent, present, correct. So we need to color these letters, we need to color these letters, kind of like the keyboard layout, and yeah, we need to check for like gemand magicians and stuff like that. So I was slowed down a bit by JavaScript instead of TypeScript. For some people it's the other way around, for me it's like that. I was slowed down a bit by Solid.js because I haven't really used it before, and apparently it's not that supported in Code Sandbox. So the the experiment of trying to write a game without any tools, just using browser, was not completely successful. I think I'm going to do part 2, and yeah, it would be fun to figure out some of the issues that I had, and maybe like rewrite it to TypeScript. And yeah, I feel like there's more than 1 hour left to do that. Yeah, but I'm still not sure like which parts are kind of like worse what. I think the input stuff is like, it's not fun to write. So maybe if you're giving it as a like a as a test exercise, you need to kind of like provide that part. I think part that is fun is the kind of like the cards UI or tiles, whatever they are called in Wordle. Yeah, game tile. I was curious if I would be able to like to add all of this like animations and stuff. Yeah, it's too far away. Yeah, and I was going to add like so like 202, 203 like stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, we forgot to check was his day of set today. Okay. Yeah, 203. So if you want to know the next word that's going to happen, it's just change the date. Yeah. So basically, yeah, so the part that I was going to solve is kind of like the solution. Yeah, so the coolest part of Wordle is that I was expecting it to like maybe like check with server, right? If you get the new word every day, like doesn't is there like a way to kind of like know the word in advance? And apparently there is. So today's word is forgot, like crank. And if we go to, where is it? So not valid, but good words. Good words index of I forgot already. Crank. It's 203. So it's crank today and it's going to be gorge tomorrow. So if you watch my stream, you know all the words, not all the words. Okay, let me, yeah. So this is like the words 1 week in advance. So have fun. Yeah, that's why it's that's why all of these words are random, in random order. That's why, because it's like so there is crank. Yeah, so these words are, so I guess I'm like giving like 2 weeks in advance. So these words are in this order. This is the order of the like the solutions, but the still valid words are ordered by alphabet, just because there's like they're not used to come up with the next word, so they could be, because otherwise if the first one was ordered, it would be like this word, then this word, and this word. Everyone would kind of like catch the idea that all the words are in alphabetic order, but here they're random. So cool design on Josh's part. And yeah, I had like few questions how it could be like working, but I think I got all the all the answers that I could have. Yeah, so yeah, so once again, if you want to impress your friends, just remember all of these words. I see a lot of people trying to like come up with like best like guesses and like best words to try like as much letters as you want. You can just like press F12 and get the same information. Okay, so goodbye.